Hi everyone, my name is Shubhangi Sarunge. We are studying about highway engineering, fourth chapter, that is your traffic engineering. Till now we have studied about the traffic volume studies, passenger car unit, traffic control device. In traffic control device, we have studied only the traffic sign. Now we are going to study about the marking, signals, traffic islands, etc. So let's start in detail. So this is a traffic marking. What is traffic marking? The marking used as a measure of controlling the traffic and guiding the traffic are known as a traffic marking. Traffic marking are made up of the line, pattern, words, symbols or a reflector on the pavement curb and the side of islands or a fixed object within or near the roadway. The marking are made usually a paints in the contrast color of the background. If you have travel on the road, you can see there is a various marking, whether it can be mark on the curb, that is on a divider, or you can see the mark on the lane for dividing the particular lane, or if there is a margin mark of the road, so that we can consider as the end of the road. So even there's a marking on the trees available uh, adjacent to a road. So there is a various type of marking, and that marking is only been provided so that we can control the traffic or we can guide the traffic for the movement. So what is an objective of the road marking? To warn the road user, to inform the road user, and to guide the road user. This three is a very important objective. That is, first we have to warn, okay, this is your lane width. In between of this lane width you have to travel, or you can inform them by simply marking, like this is a stop sign, you have to stop it before the signal, or you can simply inform them with the right turn, left turn provide on the road itself, or you can mark on the road itself, or you can guide the road user. You can guide the road user by simply marking on that. Okay. Then the various type of road markings are pavement marking. First is a pavement marking, curb marking, then the object marking, then the reflector unit marking. So let me start in detail one by one. A pavement marking, you can see in the diagram, it is a pavement marking. In the pavement marking there are various type of marking, like a pavement or a carriageway marking may be generally of the white paints. The yellow color marking are used to indicate the parking restrictions, and for the continues the center line and the barrier line marking. As you can see in the diagram, there is a pavement marking. Pavement marking, you can see over here, there is also a lane marking. There is also an pedestrian marking. There is also an stop line marking. There is also an gateway marking. There is also an direction arrow marking. So this all marking which has been placed on the pavement for directing or for give a direction to a traffic, this is known as a pavement marking. Then there is a center line marking. What is a center line marking? To divide the roadway, center line is marked. The line are used to separate the two-way traffic on the rural highway within two or three lane, the single broken line. What is the center line marking? The center line marking is usually indicates then equal divide. Okay, you can divide the road in a equally in a two-way traffic, for a two-way traffic. Okay, and if you are marking that center line can be a yellow center line or can be a white center line. If it is a yellow continuous center line, means you can overtake any vehicle with the help of an opposite lane traffic. If there is a non-continuous, a broken center line, it means that you can travel on the opposite way, on the adjacent way also, if the traffic is not coming from the opposite side. So this is a simply indication of different type of markings. Then there is a lane marking. Lane marking means they have divided the one lane or the one way to a two lanes. As you can see in the diagram, if there is a one way, that one way has been divided into a two lane by simply placing a dash या फिर broken line to indicate the division of the या फिर one way to a two lanes. The lines indicate the traffic lanes. They are used to guide the traffic. The lines are drawn in same way as the center line have been drawn. Then there is a no parking zone. Their marks are made to indicate the overtaking is not permissible. You can see over here. You can see where there is a dash line. You can overtake from that point. If there is a continuous yellow line, that indicate you can't overtake that line. Means if you are going in particular direction, you have to go to that particular direction without using the opposite lane or the opposite moving traffic lane. Okay, now the stop line. You can see the stop line in a diagram also. The stop line, they are made near the pedestrian crossing, signalized intersection, etc., to indicate that vehicle have to stop before this line or process. So that if you are stopping before this line, the pedestrian can cross the road with the help of that width, or which indicate the pedestrian marking or a pedestrian crossing marking, so that the pedestrian can cross with the help of that marking. On that marking only, crosswalk lane or a line, their marks are made where the pedestrian have to cross the pavement. Means if the pedestrian want to cross the lane, they can simply cross the lane with the help of pedestrian marking or a crosswalk lane. Then the then there is also an pavement edge marking. Pavement edge marking, why we indicate the pavement edge marking? So that the line has to indicate the edge of the carriageway which have no curb. They are especially useful during the advanced weather and poor visibility. If there is a no visibility or poor visibility, by indicating or by marking the margin or the edge line of the road, you can simply identify the width towards or the edges of the road, and you are not going beyond that. Then the carriageway width, reducing traffic marking. Their marking are used where there is a reduce in there, and hence the reduction in the carriageway width. Okay, this as you can see in the diagram, if your carriageway width has been decreasing for a particular spot, then you have to represent with the help of carriage width. That has been represented as you can see in the diagram only. Then there is a obstruction approach marking. Their marking are necessary to guide the traffic on the approaching to a fixed obstructions within the carriage way. Their marking must be designed to guide the traffic away from the obstacle. As you can see in the diagram, if there is a bridge coming in the between the road, then there is some marking over there, so that the vehicle should not collapse with that obstacle which has been in between the road. Then the cyclist crossing, you can see over here in a diagram, it has been specified very clearly how the cyclist is to cross the road using this marking. The cyclic crossing should have the cycle track. They are marked by a mean of square of 50 centimeter at the center to center spaces of 100 centimeter. Okay, usually this is we can't see in India, but in foreign country even the cycle tracks or cycle marking has been specified on the road. Then the route direction arrows. Sometime on the road only you can see the indication of an routes. Route direction arrow used to guide effectively the traffic in the correct direction or in the lane. Then there is a word marking. Word marking means go slow, bus lane, or car lane, go fast. This all has been indicated on the road itself. The words message are used to convey the information to a guide, warn, and regulate the traffic. Some of the common messages are stop, slow, speed limit, etc. which is being marked or which is being written on the road itself. Then there is a marking at the approaching to an intersection. If you're approaching for some intersection, there is always been a marking where you have how you can means how you are going to carry your vehicle on that intersection. For ordering or guiding the traffic moving at intersection, the marking can be probably employed. Marking at the intersection can be combined of center line, turn marking, lane marking, stop line, route direction. By giving the route direction, you get to know which route you want to move, and at that route you can turn your vehicle and simply you can without the traffic you can simply carry your vehicle. Then the bus stop. Bus stop marking is usually been placed on the road only. Their marking are done at the bus stop to guide the pedestrian, those who are using the bus as a mean of transportation. Then the curb marking. This curb marking you have seen everywhere, even in the India. They are traffic marks provide to an curb of an object lie within the carriageway or the curb marking. Their marking are provided to all the islands, dividing the strip of the carriageway and the curb directly ahead of the traffic at the T junction, etc. They may indicate certain regulatory like a parking regulatory. Also, the markings on the curbs and the edges of the islands with an alternative black and white lines increase visibility from a longer distance. The main object of marking this curb is to increase the visibility so that your vehicle can't collide with that objects and it could not be go to any type of accident. The object marking, the support of the bridges, level crossing gates, traffic island, narrow bridges, etc. sometimes cause obstruction in the vision and cause accident. Hence, to indicate the visibility, the object should be properly marked with an alternative band of white and black strip. Yes, it is very much important if you're marking this bridges or any cross gates or traffic islands, then obviously the chances of accident is very less. Then the reflector unit marking. The reflector marking are used as a hazardous marker and guide the marker for a safe driver during the night. If there is not possible to provide the street light, it is the simplest form. You can provide the reflector light so that the traffic can guide or it can travel without accident. The hazardous marking reflector yellow light should be visible from a longer distance of about 150 meters. They are provided at the curb to increase the visibility, especially during the night hour. If your vehicular light has been reflected or it's been put on this, then obviously it's going to reflect the yellow light. There is a reflector, so it will reflect the yellow. Then you should indicate or you should get to know or you should guide about the road edges, about the dividing, lane dividing, etc. at the night time. So it was very useful at the night time. The color of the road marking, the white all the carriageway marking except those indicate for parking restriction. Yellow making the intensive for a parking restriction. Continue center and the barrier line marking. Alternative bands of white and black. Curb and object marking. Means this all color we can use it for this all markings. So this is all about your marking. You can see there is a various types of marking which we have seen on the roads, and what is the uses of that marking we have seen now. So thank you. It is all about your marking. Thank you, everyone.